Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be beginning a brand new series entitled Building the Kingdom, where, as I mentioned in the last video, we will be doing association mode with the Sacramento Kings. As you can see here, I switched out the Milwaukee Bucks for the Seattle Supersonics, because those old Supersonics are always fun to play with and fun to play against. And then here's just a look at what we have going with the team setup. Everything else stayed the same in the Eastern Conference. Then as we go over to the West, you can see that everything also has stayed the same. I will be taking control of the Kings, as I mentioned before, and we will be playing this season going forward. But right now we will be doing the redraft of all the legends and the current players in the NBA so that we get fantasy type of teams. Here, as you can see, is the draft order. We, being the Sacramento Kings, are picking with the 6th pick. However, it is a serpentine draft, so that means we do not pick until pick 55 again in the second round. So we will have to make sure that we choose correctly. So looking here at my first pick, I got lots of all-stars to pick from, like AI, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, Magic Johnson, Walt Frazier, Julius Erving, Kevin Durant, anyone. But my goal this year with this team, I really want Russell Westbrook, but I think he may still be there. So I'm looking at KD, and it's important to have a good small forward on your team. If you have that small forward, some key player to have that one star, you can build around. However, I'm thinking I want to kind of go bigger with this team. I'm looking at Shaq right there. That's really hard to pass up. Plus, it's a young Shaq at 26 years old. So he has plenty of years of potential left for me to play with if I want to keep him on my team. I could also go big with like Karl Malone, or I could go with the Julius Erving, Kevin Durant. But I think I'm going to make Shaquille O'Neal the first pick in the Building the Kingdom series at the number 6 overall pick. So as we go here in the second round, I'm hoping that Westbrook does not go off the clock, off the board. He's still up. 36, Kevin McHale. 37, LaMarcus. Like I said, we have to wait till 55, and there goes Westbrook. I knew we couldn't wait that long, but I couldn't take Westbrook with the number 1 overall pick with players like Shaq waiting. So now on to our second round pick. We've got really any direction we can go with this. We got Shaq on the team. Top overall player left is Derrick Rose. So we could go point guard, but there's a lot of point guards still that we could get. I like Kawhi Leonard as a good small forward option. Gives us that defensive boost. And he's only $3 million on this salary, so that keeps us with great salary cap. Looking at the point guards, we have Isaiah Thomas, Eric Bledsoe, Kemba Walker, Goran Dragic. Those are plenty of point guards that we can pick up in a later round, especially because we pick in about 11 picks because of the serpentine draft order in the third round. So shooting guards, there's always plenty of shooting guards. I do not need a shooting guard this early. I can wait till 4th or 5th round for a shooting guard. And then small forward, I think, is what I need to address coming up. I need to make sure that I have a key small forward to play off of Shaq down low. If I can surround Shaq with shooting and make a defensive team who can also shoot with my smaller players, I think that'll be our key to success. So I'm going to go with Kawhi Leonard and pick him as our next pick at number 55 with our second pick overall for us. So Kawhi Leonard, welcome to the team. Okay, let's jump into the third round. So now we're looking at point guards. I believe I need to fill one person at each slot before I start getting duplicates at certain positions, unless I can find some crazy steal or a legend still left over. And there's not a ton left over. So I'm looking at these point guards. You got Darren Williams, Mike Conley Jr., Isaiah Thomas. But I'm really looking at Kemba Walker or Goran Dragic. Both of these players, an 82 and an 81 overall. Kemba at 24, pretty cheap salary-wise for only a year, and they're gonna provide the defense that I need and the scoring input from a point guard position. However, Kemba seems to be a better one-on-one defender, and I will be taking him as my point guard to start the season. So, hopping into the 4th round, it took us forever to pick again. We don't pick until 115, and I believe we need another big guy to solidify the interior with Shaq down there. I think we need to pick power forward with this 4th pick. So we got people like Charles Oakley, 31 years old, $10.8 million for 4 years. I'm thinking that's pretty cheap per year, but that's not what I want in Charles Oakley as a player. He's too old right now. Jared Sullinger, great fit. Jared Sullinger could be the next member of the Sacramento Kings. As we scroll farther down, looking Boris Diaw, Amir Johnson, Derek Favors, good player, easy to play with on 2K, but Tristan Thompson. I was thinking about going defensive with this year's team. On the inside, you got Tristan Thompson, very good shot blocker, very good rebounder. Solidify it down low with Shaq. We'll be getting all the defensive boards around. No one will out-rebound us. Tristan Thompson, you're welcome to the team. On to the 5th round now. The only person we don't have filled, the only position we don't have filled, is a shooting guard. Like I said, there's plenty of shooting guards left, but I think I want to take one right now before we get too far into this and they drop off. Looking at backup point guards, I'm thinking some of those guys will still be there. Aaron Aflalo, Amon Shumpert, old Ray Allen. I could deal with any of these. JJ Redick, great shooter to have off. Like I said, I want shooters. So I'm looking Danny Green maybe, Kyle Korver. J.R. Smith catches my eye. 28 years old, always a good clutch shooter. I'm thinking J.R. Smith may have to be that 5th pick for us. We don't pick for a while, but we're going to go to J.R. Smith as our next starting shooting guard for the Sacramento Kings. So, coming into the 6th round, here we go. We've got all the starting positions filled. We need some sort of kind of just best available. As you can see here, Shaq, Kawhi, Kemba, Tristan Thompson, and J.R. Smith. We filled every starting position. We need bench play. So, a good 6th man to come off the bench. By bench, I want shooting. I want shooting rotations in there so that we can score points. Our goal is to play interior defense, but work inside out and be able to kick out to wide open players. So there's plenty of power forwards here, plenty of centers, because I will need another power forward and another center to back up Shaq and Tristan Thompson in case they get in foul trouble or if anyone gets hurt. I'm looking here, Omar Ashik, good pick. Timofey Mozgov, I really like on the interior. He provides that paint presence that we need. He can score a little, and I think he may be the direction to go. However, he'll be around for a couple more rounds, hopefully, so I think we can do it. Right now we're at pick 175, and we pick right away in the 7th round, and then not for a while until the end of the 8th. So I think we can get someone there. Looking, Sam Perkins, another great legend, but crazy high salary at $15.96 million and pretty old at 35 years old. And I don't know if I want to start a dynasty with him in it at 35 years old because he will be retiring probably shortly. So looking at these other power forwards, I think some of these will still be around going into the later rounds. So I'm thinking we go with like a small forward or maybe pick up another shooting guard. As you can see, again, so many centers still available. Hopefully they're still all on the board when I get one so I don't have to end up with someone in the very low. I thought about Mozgov, but he's not going to be the pick for this round. We can wait on Mozgov. We can wait. Mozgov will be the pick if he's still there. Here we go. Small forward. I right away see Draymond Green's there, Danilo Gallinari, Matt Barnes, good players, but I don't like how they play. With my backup small forward, I always want someone who can shoot, and Damari Carroll can shoot, and he will be a next member of the team. We are back on the clock pretty quickly coming into the 8th round as we pick literally 11 picks later, and so we probably should look into maybe a backup point guard. Let's see who's there, who we can get. Mario Chalmers, Norris Cole, Raymond Felton, don't want Raymond, Jeremy Lin, Patty Mills, Andre Miller. Let's see. Centers, there's still a lot of centers on the board. I'm thinking Mozgov is still going to be there. We don't pick until 235, so I'm going to go with Patty Mills as our backup point guard. Solidify that backup slot behind Kemba Walker. So Patty Mills, you've been drafted. Welcome to the team. and hopefully Mozgov is still there at 235 in the 8th round. So as we look here, it's our turn. A lot of centers went off the board. A lot of them. But as you see, as we get there, there's still some power forwards left, so we can pick someone up from there. And Timofey Mozgov right there waiting for us. And we will pick him because I want him as our backup center. So now we hop into the 9th round, where we pick pretty early. I'm looking for a backup shooting guard because I need someone to back up J.R. Smith in case he gets cold, because J.R. Smith is pretty streaky. We also could use a backup power forward. These are both positions we need to answer, and we need to fill those spots. But I've always loved playing with Marco Bellinelli in 2K. Every season I try to get him. Great shooter. Welcome to the team. So looking at this, we've got one at every position, or two at every position, except for power forward. So I would like to draft a power forward with our 10th selection. And let's see who's there. Mo Buckets, Mo Spates, right there. But I don't like what he brings to the table other than shooting. We got Udonis Haslem, always a good role player to put on your team, good veteran. Matt Bonner, Channing Frye, a surprising 68, but a nice shooter and provides some defensive stability. As we said, we want to be an interior defensive team. So I'm thinking maybe Channing Frye is a good pick. I mean, Matt Bonner's there, he shoots too, but Channing Frye's 3 years younger and can play defense. I say maybe Haslam, 34, but I want the shooting. Channing Frye with our 10th pick. So coming into the 11th round, we filled every spot. We just need 2 more players on our bench that are going to get a little bit of time, but not a ton. So, looking at like Mike Miller, that's some good shooting off the bench. He'd be a good addition. Kind of looking best available right now, just to see where we go with. We got people like Brian Roberts, Steve Kerr still on the board. Old Steve Kerr, still there, can shoot, but I don't need a third point guard. He'll never play. So I'm thinking I need to go one more big guy and see where I'm at, and then go kind of best available with our last overall pick in the 12th round. So with the 11th round, I'm thinking we look best available, come to the big guys. Kenyon Martin's decent. I don't like what Kenyon Martin brings. Turioff, never a big fan. I think we're going to go, Birdman's right there. Chris Anderson. He's always provides that spark of energy off the bench. I'm going to go with Birdman right here with the 11th pick for the Sacramento Kings. Chris Anderson. Here we go, last pick overall. Towards the end of the draft, everyone's pretty much picked. Most players are off the board. Let's just maybe get some extra shooting off the bench. Let's see what we got. We got Richard Jefferson. I take him. Richard Jefferson, good corner shooter. Welcome to the team. Okay, so now the draft is over. Just wanted to show you guys some of these rosters. Starting with the 76ers, you got Gary Payton, DeMarcus Cousins, Goran Dragic, Aaron Gordon, Jason Smith. Pretty decent team, not bad. You got the Supersonics, Chris Paul, D. Wade, Eric Bledsoe, J.J. Hickson, Chandler Parsons, Varejao. Good backcourt, but they don't really have much up front. Nick Collison. Chicago Bulls, LeBron went to the Bulls. Joakim Noah. That's funny when players go to their own teams that they're supposed to be on. Jimmy Butler and Noah both end up on the Bulls. Draymond Green ends up there. You got Joel Embiid, so they got some potential. Cleveland Cavaliers, you got Alonzo Mourning, Joe Dumars, Lance Stevenson, MC Dub, Sean Marion. Decent team, not a whole lot there. Let's see, Celtics, Karl Malone, James Worthy, Pau Gasol, Tyson Chandler. They're big. They are a big team. That may be some problems. Dante Exum off as a point guard. Coming to the Clippers, you got the Dream, Kyle Lowry, Marc Gasol, Gordon Hayward, JJ Redick. They can shoot a little. Memphis Grizzlies, old Isaiah Thomas, Robert Parrish, old Ray Allen, old Kevin Garnett. This team's old. They got a lot of older players on this team. Atlanta Hawks got Melo, Damian Lillard, Brandon Jennings. They took Charles Oakley, Dion Waiters. Interesting picks, Ryan Anderson, Vince Carter. So they can play. Miami's got Steph Curry, Ginobili, Pekovic, Kobe Bryant. That's an interesting backcourt of Steph and Kobe. That'll be hard to play against. Charlotte Hornets got Davis, Penny Hardaway, Vucevic, Kevin Martin, Luol Deng. Utah Jazz got Chris Mullin, LaMarcus Aldridge, Paul Pierce, Nate Robinson, Nerlens Noel. That's hard to say fast. Dominique went to the Knicks. Dirk, Ibaka, pretty decent up front. That's a good 3-4-5 for the Knicks. Lakers pulled in Moses Malone, John Wall, Mike Conley Jr., Batum, Klay Thompson. That's a good backcourt. They're going to shoot on you. John Wall, Klay Thompson in the backcourt. Looking at the Magic, they got Larry Bird, Al Horford, Hershey Hawkins, DJ Augustine. They got some legends there. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan went to the Dallas Mavericks with Dikembe Mutombo and Chris Bosh. They are big. CDR went there too. They're big with Michael Jordan as a good player, great player on their team. Brooklyn, Paul George, Rudy Gay. Not a whole lot there. Tony Parker. Denver got Kevin Love, Mitch Richmond, Monte Ellis, DeAndre, Gerald Green, Trey Burke. Decent, not much. They probably won't do too much. Indiana got Walt Frazier, James Harden, Bradley Beal. That's an amazing backcourt with Frazier and Harden. That's going to be hard. Very, very hard to contend against defensively. Pelicans take AI, John Stockton, DeMar DeRozan. Got Stockton to dish out those assists. Danny Granger. Detroit took Julius Erving, Rondo, Oladipo, Splitter, an old Amari Stoudemire. Not too much down low for them, but that's okay. Toronto got Magic Johnson. They got Drummond, Gibson, Byron Scott. They're not going to be too bad. I mean, whenever you have Magic Johnson on a team, you can't be horrible. Here we go with the Rockets. Got Patrick Ewing, Mark Price, Isaiah Thomas, the young one, Jamal Crawford. They can shoot, and they got a big guy down low. They got Mirotic. Del Curry went there. Decent team. Spurs, Dwight Howard, Kevin McHale, David West. Very big team. Very big up front and very talented. Doc Rivers went there, though, as their backup point guard, probably. Or maybe they're starting. Maybe starting point guard. Here we go, Phoenix Suns. They took Westbrook. I hate them for it. I really wanted Westbrook. But Scottie Pippen, Russell Westbrook, maybe that's a good backcourt. Maybe it's not. They got Andrew Wiggins, too. That's some youth. KD went to the Thunder, which I find funny because KD plays for the Thunder, obviously. So it's always funny, again, fantasy drafts when people go to where they're supposed to. Other than that, that team doesn't look very good. Blake Griffin went to the Timberwolves. Iguodala joins him. David Lee. Jeff Teague is their point guard. Not bad. And then looking at the Trailblazers, got Clyde Drexler, Tim Duncan, Horace Grant. Those are some legends on that team. Couple Hall of Famers right up front. Not bad for Portland. And then looking at Golden State, you got Bill Russell going to Golden State, Derrick Rose at point guard, Ty Lawson, Eric Gordon. Took the old Steve Nash as their backup, but I mean, Bill Russell and D Rose, can't argue with that. Sean Kemp to the Wizards, Kyrie to the Wizards, Roy Hibbert. They may be okay. Kyrie may be able to carry them a little bit. Please leave a like on this. As you can see, our upcoming schedule is the Dallas Mavericks first, then the Spurs, and then the Rockets. We're on our rodeo road trip. We take on the Mavericks first, which is Michael Jordan's Mavericks, so this will be rough. But thanks everyone for watching. Have a great day, and please subscribe for more content. Thank you.